Good day, everyone. And I'm excited to talk about and dive into one of the most fundamental and surprisingly controversial questions in philosophy and communication. The question here is language private or the public? So they call it the big debate or debatable question. So when I say I feel pain, are you and I experiencing the same exact thing? Or we're going to explore now this question or this topic about the great philosophical fight over whether language is private window into our soul and something we construct internally or a public tool for society or something we share and agree upon. The problem starts right here. So as the start of our problem, the main problem, if all uh, if all our feelings and sensations, our thoughts, like the specific hue of red you see, or the unique feeling of pain you have, are locked inside our own heads. So the question is, how can we ever agree on what words actually mean? So it's that moment when you trying to describe something deeply personal or intense, and you throw your hands up and say you won't understand. So that feeling, no, it's a uh, philosophical tension we're addressing today. No, yung private, unique experience, or we call it the unique experience, and public or versus public shared communication. So now let's talk about the definition of private language idea or the private view according to John Locke. So for the argument of John Locke that language is primarily private, an idea rooted deeply in thinkers, no, katulad po kay John Locke. For the view of private, language is a private. No? Language is a sort of personal dictionary. No, in Tagalog, sariling wika mo yan. No, a word is simply or label for a picture or an idea that exists only in your mind, or an idea labeled for a picture or an idea in your mind or in our mind. So this extreme version that says by the research person or kay John Locke, a true private language is one that only you could possibly understand because it's based entirely on your unique and inner experiences. Ibig sabihin, kakaiba, no? Yun daw ang totoong language. So think of it like a secret code, no? Uh, where only you know the decryption key. No? If I say A is B, that A and B only mean something precisely to me. No? In other words, the definition of private language, according to John Locke, say one that only can you can understand even in theory because it's based in on your unique and inner experience. Now let's talk about the public language challenge or the public view, according to uh, Ludwig. No, it's Ludwig Wittgenstein. That's how we pronounce this name. Who essentially flipped in the script. No, Wittgenstein argued that language must be public to work. No, his counterclaim is simple. No, if a word's meaning is impossible for anyone else to verify or understand. It's not a words, a language, meaning it's impossible. No, it's just a private noise. No, he argued that the language is fundamentally system for sharing, so its rules must be public, visible, and testable. No? If you couldn't check if you use the word correctly twice in row, how could you have language at all? So kailangan daw dapat ay alam ng kakaiba, ay alam ng karamihan o ng public. But in here, to conclude in our in the definition according to Wittenson, that public language or language is a system for sharing. So its rules must be public and verifiable. So you need to have a validation from the public so that we can call it language or private language. Okay? And next, let's ask the question why the private view feels right, or the why the language feels private. So despite of the logic of Wittenson, we all feel like the private view holds some truth. Why? Because we constantly reference our own mental dictionary. Every time we reach for word, it feels like we're pulling it from the private database. So this gives a subjective justification. And I feel right using the word love because it matches the intense, specific feeling that I have. But that feeling is inaccessible to you, which bring us to the next problem. No? So what are the problem? No, yung challenge of shifting words. According here, if we provide a subjective justification, we feel correct using the word because it matches the picture in our head. So, ayan ang tinatawag nating public language. We have a justifiable, or we need to justify by uh, uh, validation through the validation of the people who surrounds you, and at the same time, no, it validates on yourself because that's your language, or we call it a private language. So now the problem of the changing of words or challenge of shifting words, this is the problem, the egocentric particulars. So what do we mean by the egocentric particulars? No, words that pivot around the speaker. No, yung the word like I, here, now. My now is instant, your then. If I say I am hot, my experience is direct, direct point. No, yung I feel the burn. Or your understanding is indirect. You see me sweating and hear my words and infer my state. No, so this gap highlights why people argue that our inner world is truly separate and the private. No, nakita ninyo no yung personal view. No, my experience of hot is direct and immediate, meaning I feel the burn, no, napaso ako, or yung I feel hot, yung indirect, you just see me sweating o yung pinagpawisan, di ba? Oh, you feel hot. No? So it's a form of indirect. Pag sinabing direct, it's literally burning or hotting, no, or paramdam pa ng hot. And when we talk about indirect, no, it's about the what do you call that one, yung pagpapawis. No? So that's one of the challenges. What else? Thoughts before speech. No, yung baby's minds, or yung tinatawag nating Fodor's question. No, the private arguments uh, finds more fuel in the question posed by philosophers like Fodor. No, how do babies or animals think before they learn public language? No, so this suggests might be all possess a private or yung pre-existing language thought, often called the mentalist. So let's try to uh, correct this word, no? Yung the pronunciation of this word, yung mentalist. So, tingnan natin, no? How do we pronounce this properly? Yung mentalese. Uh, siguro let's listen to this word. Yeah, it's mentalist. So when we talk about the mentalist, no, it's a language of thought, no, in our brains. It's a raw coding of consciousness. That how the word defined. So if we follow the private path all the way to its logical extreme, we hit the frightening philosophical dead end, or called solipsism. No? When we talk about solipsism, no, the idea that if meaning is purely private, I can or you can only truly know my own mind. No? So ito po yun, yung tinatawag nating mentalist or in our brain. Or when we talk about everyone else is an unknowable or philosophical phantom, this is where the private view becomes problematic, as it makes communication with you impossible. So how do babies or animals think before they learn to talk? No? Papasok tayo sa mga ganitong klaseng philosophy o yung philosophy or yung filosofiya, no, yung pagtakbo ng consciousness, no, parang ano lang yan, no, let's try to illustrate the baby, 'di ba? Yung baby, meron silang uh, mga language na hindi alam ng magulang, no? But time goes by, nakikita na nila kung ano yung language na tinutukoy niya. 'Pag sila ay gutom, 'pag sila ay naiihi, natatae, or aantok or inaantok. So, may acquisition na nangyayari sa magulang dahil meron silang baby's mind na ina-adjust din nila. Itong baby na 'to ay meron silang baby's mind na ina-adjust nila to have a baby's mind as well. So it's Fodor's question. Next is the uh the extreme results. We already talked about that earlier. Next, the question of why language must be in public, no, or why public rules must win. According to Wittenson, he argued that uh, sorry, ito pala tayo. Argued that to escape the dead end of solipsism, we have to look at language not as description of mental state, but a social game. No? Or you focus on the meaning of a word, not in a picture in your head. It is how we use the word in our daily life. So, di ba very confusing ang public and private, or yung public, pag pinag-usapan natin yung public and private language. But I'm not here now to distract you or to give you a disaster, but I'm here to provide you how the language works or functions, or languages function or operating in our uh, in in our lives, and especially in writing, and also no, yung mga styles na mga nakikita natin, that we interpret it, the same time we go in depth, no, na baka mamaya gusto mong makuha din yung gustong isipin ng taong yun at na nagamit yung mga salita na yun. So according to Wittenson, it is not a not just use, no, uh, not just use it's a meaning of words, not the picture in our head, but on how we use the word, no, every single days, or not in the picture no represents, and the other term or the other word, he, he called these activities as language games. Yung sinabi ko rin kanina, yung social game, or the other, in other words, language games, and said they are part of form of life. Ibig sabihin, kasama sa buhay yan. Katulad lang din, sabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, no? As a person, kanina, yung baby, we use the illustration, no, about the baby, how he cried, the reason why he cried or she cried, and then the magulang or the parent trying to understand the baby, no, ano ba talaga yon, and then he have or she had an understanding why he cried. They can also uh, share this experience, no, or the languages that he or she learned, no, that he can share it or she can share it to the new parent, no, na nakakaranas din ng ganong problema. So doon tayo papasok sa language games, no. So that's why Wittenson called it a form of life. So think of language like chess. The meaning of a rook is not the feeling you get when you look at the piece. The meaning is the rules for how the rook moves on the board. Nagets niyo yun? So, language is a social activity. Meaning is determined by the community, not the individual. No? Parang bishop lang. Diba? Sa chess, uh, one of the elements there is the bishop. No? In our understanding, when we talk about bishop, maybe he is a priest or she is a priest or a pastor. But in a chessboard, you must know the rule of being a bishop. Diba? Ano ba ang atake ni bishop? Hindi siya dyan bishop para mag-preach. Diba? Andyan siya para mag-checkpoint or magharang or gamitin para maka-checkpoint. Diba? So may ganun ang style. So this means, no, understanding of word is not an inner state. It's a skill or an ability. No? I like knowing how to drive. It's about following public rules. Hindi para gumala lang. No? Sabi nila, by by having a sports car is or let's say, sabi natin hindi naman sports car, a car is a rights, of one of the rights of the Filipino. But technically, according to the rule of law, by having a car is a privilege. No? So, yun ang dapat tandaan ng tao. No, the perfect example here is the pain moment. Diba? Tandaan natin yan, that understanding a word is a skill or an ability, like knowing how to drive. So, let's have the point number 2. May sabi dito that when a child is hurt, or in price, which the word pain. No, the word pain or the word's meaning is now anchored in a publicly observable context. The or the agreements. No, if you use pain according uh, to the agreed upon rules, you are a competent speaker. So these words, the pain words came or the pain word, no, it's already replaceable for the private. Kaya dapat you are unspeakable person, diba? So it's more on focus on the the action. So that's another skills. So according to John Locke and Russell, even philosophers who talk about the inner ideas agreed that the practical purpose of language is to be a tool for communication that is constant and shared other or among other people or among the people who surround you as well. So to conclude you, no, we have here the third way or the third way both. The third way, these two languages both are true. So this material that we use or the paper that we use as our reference, draw or drawing from the argues that we don't have to choose a side. The reality is that the language is both private and public, and the two sides actually complete each other. Ito po yung tinatawag nating the theory of complementarity or may complement ang bawat isa. So that's the reality. The language is unique because it functions on two levels simultaneously. No, its power comes from its dynamic nature. No, it's stable enough for me to communicate with you, no? According to sabi ng writer dito, no, it's unstable or stable, I mean, enough for him to communicate with the people, but flexible enough for us to invent new ideas, slang, and metaphors. So these sides don't destroy each other. In other words, they complete each other. What else? No? Language is dynamic. It's constantly changing, open to new meanings. Ibig sabihin pala, no? It has a great impact to the society. Even here in our country, if we'll try to use the use of language or for or English language, if we will focus on grammatically correct, grammar, I mean, masyadong pasok talaga o masyadong tinatawag natin siyang masyadong grammar Nazi. If you are very particular with the grammar, you are identified as grammar Nazi. So let's say it's a form of private language. No, kasi you're focusing on the wrong and mistakes on using English language. However, if your purpose is to express only about expressing, no, express only about yourself by using English language without hesitating, no, kung talagang grammar error ka at wala kang pakialam kung grammar ka, it is another form of language, a public language. So that's why our country, no, we are now observing the Philippine English. Kahit maraming mga ayaw na or maraming question about Philippine English, but we need to accept that it is a form of various English. Okay? So that's why we embrace that art, that maybe we could call it a natural resources or natural treasure, or treasure, I mean, national treasure, because we made a form of our own English. We embrace English because English is ours. No? Sa atin yan. So, that's why, no, it's another form of dynamic, no, language dynamic. It's constantly changing and open to new beginnings or new meanings. Nakita nyo? So, yan yung art na meron sa Philippine English. What else? The two sides. So, the two sides, these two sides of being human, or these two sides, kay Whittinson and kay John Locke, I think, no, it's a controversial during their time. So this controversy reflects the two sides of being a human. The private, creative side, we are radically unique. We, according for them, we are unique, creative, and also we can, ano no, we are radically unique individuals, and we can construct a new ways of speaking, like news lang or writing poetry. So, ayan po, no? Ito ang lumabas doon sa kay John Locke. However, the public naman is a social side. We are fundamentally social creatures, or we are social people who need to learn use the society's agreed upon symbols to get along and be understood. So this language, or the language, is the bridge of the bridge between those two facts. Its life comes from its stability and the shared public message and its creativity. The way we the way each of us uses it to express ourselves is this a balance that makes language a truly real and living and a living thing. So, okay. So ito po, no? Please take note on that. Language is real. It's a living thing. It gets its life from two sources, no? Shared message it carries, or the other word for public side, or the unique mind that creates uses it, no? Or in other word, the private side. So these two balance or makes language, or this two, no? This balance makes language a truly human activity. Hindi yan siya dapat ah, dapat binibigyan ng ah, dapat binibigyan siya ng halaga dahil kagamit-gamit siya. Okay? So, thank you very much for listening, and I'm happy to take time to watch this video. Now, if you have concerns or question, I'm open for uh, a question from you. I mean to accept questions from you. Okay, so maybe the question that I wanted to share with you or to reflect on, what is an example of a word, perhaps in your field or in your daily life, whose meaning you think is still the most purely private. Okay? Tandaan natin yan. Even inside the community, nakikita pa lang natin na merong private and public language. Sa pagchichismisan pa lang ng kapitbahay, alam niyo kaagad kung ano ang private and public language. Okay? Just like what I uh, give gave you, gave an example during your face-to-face. Sa side ay 9, sa side ay 6. Kaya sa side, mukhang 9, pero sa side, kabilang side, mukha siyang 6. So, there are two sides only. Two sides of stories. Or another word, two sides of language. So, try to refer. Please refer. If you want to read more, you can try to search this study. And you can refer here, in this in the reference provided below. So maraming salamat for listening, and I hope that you learned something from me. God bless us all.